Alright folks, pardon the background noises of the cicadas and the occasional vehicles that drive by. I'm going to try giving you a quick video here talking about ammo choices, like what ammo I like to use and what works for me, what's cheap for me to buy, the stuff I like to use. Now keep in mind this is Target ammo for all you OCD people out there. This is Target ammo specifically. I'm not talking about service, defensive use ammo. This is just purely what I use to practice and train with and all that good stuff. Alright, so I have the 4 different calibers I have out here. My 9mm, the 12 gauge, 5.56, 223, and 22 long rifle. That's all I have so far, so that's all the ammo you're going to see here. Alright, so let's start with the 9mm first. You have a bunch of choices with 9mm. Now you'll find that most of my stuff, most of the ammo I shoot is going to be 115 grain. Like 3 out of 4 of these are 115 grain. Even the Federal, or this Freedom Munitions, 115. All of these work fairly well in mine. These two, no, was it? No, okay. This ammo is the only one that I found that jammed up in my shield, except for some Remington. I don't have Remington 9mm out here, but that one also jammed. I'm not sure if that was due to limp wristing, to be honest. I think that was limp wristing, but this stuff also caused problems when I was shooting my pistol perfectly fine. However, that was one in like 200 or 300 rounds of these I put through my shield. So you could say that that's due to carbon buildup, whatever, and it was just one, and they were both double feeds, so whatever that's worth. Or failure to eject, one of the two. But I really like this stuff because it's only $9, without taxes $9, with taxes it's about 12. But no, it's about, you can get this for about $10 a box. This Perfecta ammo actually jumped down to $11. It used to be like 13, but now it's $11 with taxes. Okay, I'm going to tell you the prices with taxes because that's how I work in my head and how I buy the stuff. I love this ZQI stuff. I mean, it's it's close to the grainage of what I actually carry in my handgun. So, and this is low to NATO pressure, so it's a little hotter. But I love this stuff. It works incredibly all the times I get it. Problem is it's like $13 a box, and I can't find this all the time. So that's a big problem with this, is trying to find it. Love this stuff, I just can't find it. Perfecta, I love Perfecta. I like Perfecta as well. Like their bullets, I don't know what they do to them, but they just look beautiful. I mean, all this other stuff, yeah, sure, they look like bullets. This looks like a glorified Tula ammo, but this stuff, I mean, it just looks, you pull the ammo out of the box and it just looks glorious, all polished and shiny and stuff, until you discharge it from your firearm. But this is just beautiful when it comes out of the box. Now, this Winchester stuff, I'm not sure if I've used it before, but I don't think I have any problems out of it. I just bought this because this was the only, virtually the only 9mm ammo I could buy. It's a 100-round box. I got it for like $26, I believe it was. So, I'm going to take that out later today's shooting. That's why I have it in my truck here, because I'm getting ready to go shooting in a little bit. But, I'm going to try this out. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, but as the price, it's, give it a 6 or 7, scale 1 to 10. Now this Freedom Munition stuff, I love this stuff. I bought a box of 250 of these to go take a training course I took earlier in the year, and I had no jams. I took my shield to the training course. It was actually on a side note, it's actually set up more for a tactical handgun, so he was telling me to load up 10 or 12 rounds, and I could only load up 8 at the most in my shield. But anyways, this stuff worked flawlessly. I mean, no jams at all. Didn't have to do any tap racks, none of that. This stuff works perfectly, and you can get these off of Freedom Ammunitions for fairly cheap. I believe I got this box for like the box is 250 for $50. So that's about the price. That's about 50 more than what you would buy 2 of these. You know, for the same price. Is that right? Yeah, so for a little bit less than 2 of these boxes, you can get 250 rounds. Same weight and everything. I believe their 24 grain costs a little more than this, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so that's my 9mm. This stuff is cheapest to shoot. This is the Perfecta is coming close, but I like this stuff just because it's cheap. But I really wish I could afford and find that stuff. But here in the future, I'll be probably shooting more Freedom ammunitions because it's cheaper, and I can get this at a steady rate as I order from Freedom Ammunitions. Moving on to 12 gauge. I haven't found a difference in the Birdshot. I mean, I've shot the cheap stuff, this Winchester 7, 8, and I don't think I've shot 6 yet. I think I've only shot 7, 7.5, and 8. Everything, all the Birdshot I put through works perfectly fine. Yeah, both my Mossberg and my Catamount Lynx I've been shooting it through, they all work perfectly fine. I believe the Winchester Remington has the 100 round packs of Birdshot, of 7.5 Birdshot for like $25. I've run that a few times, but Birdshot is good for cheap shotgun ammo, because I believe this box was $6 for 25 rounds. So, you know, not that bad. If you want to just, you know, if for pest control or say, you know, target shooting for my purposes I'm talking about here, this stuff works just fine. It's just, you know, I wish I could buy more of this stuff, but, you know, I could only buy 1 box with this paycheck. Now, moving down, the slug ammo. This is Remington Slugger. I've shot some, what is it, some Remington, was it Remington or Winchester? I forget which. I believe it was Winchester, low recoil slugs and all that stuff. This is actually my favorite round to shoot out of the shotgun. People say, you know, the shotgun or the slug punch it, you know, knocks you back the most. But actually, I feel the recoil on this stuff way more than I feel the recoil on slugs. This stuff feels sharper, and like it jerks into your shoulder more than the slug, which is a push into your shoulder. I love shooting slugs just because of the sheer feeling of power you get out of these, as opposed to this, which is well, it's still pure power coming out of your shoulder, but this shit kicks more sharply than this is. This probably does recoil more than Birdshot does, but the impulse feels dramatically different. I believe this is yeah, 2 3/4 1 ounce slugs. Gonna take some more of this out just to keep up my practice with slugs or later on. But I love slug ammo, and this is just the box I picked up. I haven't found a preference for slugs just yet. Now, buckshot. This is the Magnum buckshot. Is this 3-inch? Yeah, 3-inch shells, double-aught buck. I've shot this once or twice before, and this stuff is awesome. You know, if I was going to go into a combat situation, I'd either have the Winchester PDX 1 Defender ammo, or I would have this loaded in my shotgun and have spare ammo of this, because this is just pure power. I mean, you get I believe you have 9mm pellets coming out of here. The 15 pellets of 9mm ammo coming out of this, and it works incredibly well. Now you got to keep in mind it's 3-inch, so 3-inch shells, so it's going to knock you back more than the 2 3/4 stuff, but that works just fine. I'm going to also take this out just for practice. This is target shooting stuff, but this stuff I just need to make sure I can work effectively with if I ever have to use my shotgun. Now on to the 223 5.56. I've only had my rifle for a few months, and I've only been able to spend, you know, excuse me, only about maybe 150, 200 rounds through it. But I found that both of these work just fine for me. Now I haven't shot this 5.56 yet. I did have some ZQI 5.56 ammo, and I love that stuff too. But I haven't had problems out of the Tula ammo yet. Now, I have heard people having issues with it, but I haven't had problems yet. And this stuff is $6 per box. This was $10 per box. So the choice almost makes itself. Same grains. These are both 55 grain rounds. But this is 5.56, you know, loaded to auto pressure and all that stuff. So as of yet, I do not have a preference to 5.56 or 223 ammo yet. But later, with more shooting that I will be doing, I'll most likely find a preference. Now moving on to that's 223. This is 22. This is the baby stuff. This is the big boy stuff. Now, my favorite ammo I used that my Remington 597 eats up is this 22 Thunderbolt. I love the 22 Thunderbolt stuff. My rifle seems to love higher pressure stuff. I guess because the bolt's heavier and it has a double recoil spring, so and guide rod, so the heavier rounds knock the bolt back better. I haven't tried this CCI stuff. As you can see, it's standard velocity. But I'll be shooting this later today, and we'll see how that works in my 22. This is from my favorite gun shop, about $7 for this, and I believe you can get this from, when it has it, Walmart has these for like $3 a box. So I love this stuff, but you know how rare 22 is, and I'm going to try this out in my rifle. So there you go. My preference for 22 is the 22 Thunderbolt, but I'm just going to test this stuff out. If I had the American Eagle stuff out here, I'd tell you that my rifle does not like that stuff, so I don't buy American Eagle 22 ammo. Why it doesn't work, I have no idea. So that's my little rant about ammo. Hopefully here in the future I'll have better preferences as far as 223 and 12 gauge. So far I just shoot whatever I can afford. Being a college kid, that's all I can do. But I might get back to you. Let me know your ammo preferences and the calibers you have. Maybe let me know if you agree with me in the choices I have and my preferences, or let me know if you disagree. You know, it's a free country. You have the freedom to have a wrong opinion, but so let me have it. What do you think about all this? And I'll remind you to walk a Christian walk and carry a loaded Glock.